Good morning, YouTube. This is Ramon checking in. Haven't checked in about 3 or 4 years over here. Couple of setbacks, couple of different things happened, but I just wanted to go ahead and show you a recently built 10-gallon reef that I put together here. This reef tank had water from my 36-gallon bow front in it. These rocks came from the 36 bow front, and the substrate, the sand, also came from the 36-gallon bow front. Snails, shells, the empty shells came from the bow front as well. Now, any corals that you see in here did not come from the bow front. The damsel did come from the bow front, and the reason why this 10-gallon was built was because my clownfish kept messing with my damsel. So I decided to get him out of that tank. I've been attached to my damsel. My damsel's been with me for about a good 5 years, so I didn't want to separate from him as most people do with damsels. Now, it's hard to tell, but his back fin has half of it missing. So I didn't want him to be impeded from being able to protect himself when the clownfish were after him or messing with him because they were bored or whatever the case may be. So I hooked him up with this 10-gallon tank. Now, I'm waiting for a light to come in today. Right now, I am using the light, or what's left of the LEDs that are functioning, from a Finnex that came with the hang on the back Refugium. Also, I don't have any type of Refugium or any type of sub on none of my tanks. I just use HOBs, which are the hang on the backs. Now, this right here is a Marineland Penguin 200, if you can see from there. Not sure if you can tell. Super quiet. I've heard many people complain about the noise that it makes and things of that nature. One thing that I did know from this filter is that if the water level is correct in your tank, then the filter will not make any type of splashing noises. So this should be okay. Now, back here, as you can see, I got an AQUARIUMS 50-watt heater as well. There's the inside of the filter. As I mentioned, shells, substrate rocks that I got from the 36 bow front. Now, a couple of things here with this tank. As I said, this tank was set up about 3 weeks ago because of, or 2 weeks ago, because of my boy Blue here, my damsel, missing his tail, and I can see right now that it's starting to grow back, so I'm glad I kind of did this tank for him. It was just supposed to be an emergency tank, but I got the nano bug, the 10-gallon nano bug bit me. Now, in this tank, yesterday, I kind of got a feeling that Blue was bored, he was by himself, so I got Blue a tank mate, which is this tail spot Blenny. Everybody makes great comments about Blennies and this particular little guy, how he's pretty active, and they use the term comical for him. Now, yesterday when I put him in the tank, he was very shy, right? But now he's being very outgoing, and he's now starting to explore the tank, okay? So he's finding little crevices, different little holes where he can hang out in, where other fish or whatever the case may be won't bother him. So I got him yesterday at one particular pet store called Exotic AQUARIUMS here in Miami, Florida, on Bird Road, right off the 826 Palmetto. And then I got hooked up with some of the guys at Ocean View, and they gave me a couple of small little frags or little heads of some Zoas. Here's one of them now. They hooked it up, gentlemen. Thank you very much, Pedro at Ocean View. Also right here, I was able to purchase this as well. as part of that deal. Another little rock with some heads on it. Now the zinnias back there, those two small little pieces, I actually got from Dream Aquariums in Hialeah, Florida. Okay, so I got that from them. As you can see them here yesterday, they weren't really growing. Today when I woke up, they were out and about. And like I said, this light right here is the Finnex light for a hang on the back Refugium that I borrowed, so Blue, my damsel, can have some type of lighting. So as you can see, the zinnias from Dream Aquariums, fantastic job. I glued them onto the to the rock, and they're both doing superb. These two little small pieces here. Now they're very small. They can probably fit on the on one of those little frag things, whatever the hell they're called. I'm not much of a terminology guy, but they're doing great for the time being. I'm super happy for some strange reason. And I keep saying zinnias, but I mean green star polyps. I'm so sorry, YouTubers. Green star polyps. GSPs, guys. GSPs, green star polyps. I keep saying zinnias. I don't know why. And then also from Ocean View, I was able to get these two other pieces also. The guys gave me a nice deal. I highly appreciate your service, guys. Great customer service over there at Ocean View on Burr Road in Miami, Florida. Great job, guys. Thank you so much. So as you can see, team, hermit crabs, you know, exploring my bottom. They just stopped moving. I don't know what happened. I guess they got camera shy. I got another little guy back there. Okay, I got this guy back here that he's not moving either right now. I don't know what's going on with these guys, but as you can see, this is what I got. Now this is my 10 gallon reef, team. I'm just starting to build it up again. I got bit by the 10 gallon bug. Now this isn't a fancy rimless tank, but it's just something to get the process going. And I like the cleanliness and the look of it. Okay, I'm waiting for a light system to come in so I can replace the Finnex, even though the Finnex has been reliable. But as you can see, I only have limited lighting now. All the LEDs are not on, and the blues completely went out. So this Finnex has no blue lights, and whatever white lights, LEDs you see on it now, that's all, that's it. Okay, it's been reliable. I've had this light for a couple of years, but it's been in storage for about 2 or 3. But other than that, this is the 10 gallon tank, YouTubers. 10 gallon reef. Let's see what we can make happen with it. Nice little aquascape here for these guys to swim around and places to hide. Little crevices down here. I made sure I had little gaps and holes for them to get around in. And Blue seems to like it. I'm super content that he's finally getting his the fins up flaring. The ones at the top, I don't know what it's called, the dorsal. I'm not sure. I gotta do my fish anatomy homework. But this is what you got going on right now, team. And there's my boy, the Blenny, being social, as I said. So we got a tail spot Blenny, live rock, an Azure Damsel, Substrate. We got little crabs all over the place. Okay, as I said, I got crabs everywhere here. And this is it, guys. Easy, simple setup. The Marine Land, I don't know how much it costs. I got it a while back. It was on my 36. The heater, I've had it for a long time, but you can set up a nice little tank, guys, for an affordable price. You know what I mean? Now when I say affordable, I'm not talking about 50 bucks. I'm not talking about 100 bucks. You know, if you buy everything separately, I only had to spend 15 bucks on a new tank because my other 10 gallon was broken. So all the other things I had, and it was easy for me to set up. So this setup cost me 15 bucks plus the corals I just received in here, the tail spot Blenny. And what else did I get for this tank? And that's about it. That's about it. So right here, once again, 10 gallon reef, guys. Very easy to build. Not too bad. All right. I got some Zoas up there. They're starting to come out. So wish me luck, team. Thanks so much. Have a great afternoon, y'all.